Hello everyone and welcome back to part 2 of a replay between FOV and FOV and Infi. Right now the Mountain King still trying to do some creeping. Mountain King still does not have a Scroll of Town portal, so is a little bit naked, doesn't really want to push out too much. The Death Knight and the Lich now moving out. Lich does have that all-powerful Orb of Corruption that reduces -5 armor, so it does a lot of damage, really effective against Orc and human players. We do have the Mountain King now trying to come back, most likely going to buy a some healing scrolls and try to push in. Death Knight, not quite sure what he's doing right now, and the Lich, both of them do have Rod as Necromancy, so now double guard tower coming into the mix, so not quite sure what's happening here. The Meat Wagon should be joining them shortly, trying to take down those buildings. Yes, a quick death coil on the Lich, and the Lich is still being healed right now. Lich needs to be pulled to the back just a little bit. There's a lot of damage being dealt, and now those ghouls now trying to run to the back. Two guard towers quickly falling, and should not be trying to focus down those guard towers that are being built in the back of the base with those Crypt Fiends and that Meat Wagon. That Meat Wagon needs to come in and deal some damage to those guard towers. Otherwise, more guard towers will be in play, and it will be even harder to really defend it right now. Additional Meat Wagon now coming in and joining the fight. Perhaps he'll take down that the Altar of Kings before the Paladin will be able to come out. So now additional damage coming out. And Lich still sitting at level 1. Not quite sure what the Lich is going to do. We should have a Frost Nova with, yes, nice quick Frost Nova. Low hit point units left and right now. And we do have another Footman falling. Level 2 on the Lich. Lich should probably get Frost Armor. Just getting Frost Armor on that Meat Wagon, so that Meat Wagon has additional armor. Nice Death Coil on some low hit point ghouls, and the Paladin is out. So Lich and we have a Mountain King and a Paladin versus a Death Knight and a Lich. Well, Peasants just falling, and we do have the Death Knight now trying to push even more. So a lot of Peasant deaths, a lot of skeletons just on the ground. Rods and Necromancies have been used, probably still on cooldown for that Lich. And we do have the additional Meat Wagons coming in. So 3 Meat Wagons, and one of those Meat Wagons just needs one more hit in order to fall. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Nice Death or Stormbolt and Holy Light to take down what appeared to be a fully hit point ghoul. Now a nice Militia coming in there, noticing that low hit point Meat Wagon and getting one hit off on it to take it down, but more Peasants falling, so a lot of skeletons on the ground. Too bad there are not any Necromancers in order to make an army right now. Those Meat Wagons should be able to pick up some corpses and be able to perhaps push in with Necromancers later, perhaps. Meat Wagon still doing a lot of damage. We do have Disease out, so that Disease Stormcloud is going to be doing a lot of damage, and that Altar of Kings will fall. Infi currently sitting with 50 wood, so not that much wood, not able to upgrade any of his towers really, while FOV is sitting at a 48 food size army, so pretty decent size army even after losing all those units. FOV and Infi pretty much an even size army. And I thought I saw a Sitting Statue trying to turn into a Destroyer for a second, but it looks it must have just been stuck right now. So we do have Spellbreakers in the mix. Spellbreakers in order to cancel the nuking ability of the Lich and the Death Knight. So what's going to happen here? Ooh, nice quick focus fire on a low hit point Meat Wagon, and that will fall as well. So Disease being used on all those units, and now trying to rebuild an Arcane Vault in order to heal. More Meat Wagons now trying to deal some additional damage. Perhaps should attack the ground in order to deal damage to those peons and give them that Disease Cloud as well. FOV just still raining down damage, but those peasants are going to be doing more healing than they can than that single Meat Wagon can do. We do have ghouls, a single ghoul trying to run back in, more ghouls trying to run back in, and an Abomination in the mix. So that Abomination will be using that Disease Cloud very well, and will be a good counter to those Spellbreakers. So Infi is going to have a little bit of problem, and more Disease Cloud now coming in. So those units taking damage over time. Not able to get to the Mountain King though. So yes, able to get to the Mountain King, but apparently the Disease Cloud does not stop the healing from healing scrolls or from a Clarity Potion. A good size army now waiting outside FOV's base. Now FOV trying to, yes, FOV now finally doing attack ground and going to start spreading that disease there. So able to start spreading disease, and we'll see what's going to happen here. More ooh, nice healing wave or healing light coming in, and nice Frost Nova coming in. So a lot of peasants getting very low on hit points. Spellbreaker's now trying to come in, and let's see if we're going to have any Frost Armor being casted right now. Ooh, quick bolt on a ghoul falls down. Spellbreakers now trying to do a little bit more damage. Abomination stuck in the back, wants to do some damage to those Spellbreakers, and does have normal, does do a lot of normal damage. So those Spellbreakers are going to, with normal armor, will be taking additional damage right now. Ooh, is Death Knight getting surrounded pretty much. Oh, but level 3 on the Lich. So level 3 Lich, level 3 Death Knight doing this fight back and forth. Death Knight getting focused down and and is going to be forced to teleport. No, not able to teleport out. No Scroll of Town portal, and the Paladin gets to level 2. So wow. And Infi is going to be doing a good job, and it looks like Infi may take this game, unless you look at the bottom right-hand corner and you know that there's still plenty of game to play right now. So Fob now trying to push back. Don't look down here. And Infi now trying to push back those Abominations, and those Ghouls most likely will go down, and will just feed the experience of that Mountain King. A level 5 Mountain King would be very, very horrible right now. But those units now trying to push to the back. The Abomination trying to get some additional damage in there. And still another Abomination in the front. So there's 2 Abomination and a Statue in the mix. And those Meat Wagons are still trying to push to the north. We do have a Shade in the back of the base right now. And low hit points Crypt Fiend trying to run as well. Ooh, surround on the Mountain King. Mountain King very, very low on hit points. Oh, able to clear out that Meat Wagon and able to push through. Paladin now has enough for a Holy Light pretty much on that Mountain King, and they're going to be once again be pushed to that back right there. Only a single Meat Wagon in play. We do have an Obsidian Statue as well, and the Lich is now level 3. Has plus 11 on that range attack, so very, very nice right now. We'll see if Fav will be able to finish this. Fav has yet to expand to the natural expansion yet, and we do have another Meat Wagon that was sitting nowhere for any particular reason, and we do have now some more Spellbreakers trying to come in, trying to do additional damage. Abominations in the front. The backpack upgrade has been researched. So so we could have some Scrolls of Healing being purchased by an Abomination and then heading up to the north in order to continue pressure on this attack. Right now, Fav needs to get up an expansion as the longer the game goes. Infi does have a definite economic advantage and does have a lot of guard towers in the mix. Now repairing that, keep some more, now trying to get some more towers. So Infi producing massive amounts of towers in his natural base right now. 3 guard towers completed, 2 currently being upgraded, and 1 scout tower needs 1 more hit to be taken down. Ghouls now trying to come in. Ghouls going to head over to the shop up here and now try to take down this Ogre Lord. So the Ogre Lord will fall. And the Lich should be, or the Death Knight should be nearing completion. So, but the Lich may get to level 4, so the Lich may end up being stronger than the Death Knight right now. We should probably cast Frost Armor on that Abomination in order to get some additional health from that additional armor, and then slow down the attack on all those units. Another Shockwave, and now we have level 4 on the Lich. So the Lich, having a lot of hit points, is also going to pick up a Tome of a Book of the Dead. So very, very nice additional skeletons, and just adding to that army right there. We do have a low hit point Meat Wagon now trying to run away from that Spellbreaker. That Spellbreaker should be able to catch up to it, but will most likely back off after he sees the main army. Yeah, back off after he sees the main army. Excuse me. Paladin now going to be level 3, so Paladin gets level 2 on Unholy or Holy Light. We do have a Shade coming in from Fob, knowing exactly where the armies are. Spellbreaker now coming in as well, and Fob not quite sure what he wants to do at this point. Death Knight now coming in. Death Knight is level 3 right now and going to push in with that Meat Wagon. The Meat Wagons, I don't know if you knew this, but the Unholy Aura does regenerate mechanical units as well. So the Meat Wagon is regenerating hit points slowly over time, as in addition to getting that hit point boost right now. And it looks like there's a pause in the game, now trying to move back in, and once more Death Knight trying to push in. Meat Wagons getting up to the front in order to do some additional damage. Going to push up to the front and now start taking down those towers. That tower quickly taking a lot of damage. We do not have Frost Armor anywhere yet, so not quite sure what's going to be happening here. A nice Frost Nova on those peasants, and 1 guard tower goes down. We do have some ghouls now going down as well, so another ghoul goes down, but we do have 2 Abominations coming in. Infi now trying to press in with a very, very strong army as well into the main base right now, and now we have 4 guard towers in the mix trying to deal some damage. We have 3 Meat Wagons over here to the south and an additional Meat Wagon on the way. The main army now trying to press in and trying to take down this Black Citadel, so we'll see how this is really going to work out. The ghouls now trying to take down additional peasants. but still a lot of skeletons on the ground, but that's mostly skeleton and peasant blood pretty much. Stay tuned for part 3 of this replay between Infi and Fov here on Plunder Isle.